Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, 8 rebounds now and 3 great steals. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And I like the fact that one has really fed into the other.
Here's Rose. Plumlee out there with Dunleavy. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Vucevic, and it's Levine in at the shooting guard position. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Looking to get back on track here. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
6 to shoot. Here's Levine. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road. And actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
And here's Rose. He feeds it to Dunleavy. Plumlee with a screen on Ibaka. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, we get a look here now at the small forwards with the fastest hands in the league and generating the most steals per game. Second is Kawhi Leonard.
And this is the set of guys that can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. They know how to swoop in for a steal from anywhere on the floor.
It would be nice to find a steals chart to see where they're getting all their pilfers from. These are small forwards, though, who play 94 feet of defense.
And the Clippers, with those 8 road wins at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was second best in the league. Also set a franchise high for road wins.
Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Rose penetrating. That's good. Rose has got 6.
You know, what's amazing about the Clippers on the road last year, guys, was the context. I mean, they had a bunch of back-to-back games and went 16-4 on the back end of back-to-backs. 11 of those came on the road.
Jordan dishes to Bledsoe. Jordan the screen. The shot by George wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Leonard with the steal. Rose against George. He kicks it to Bledsoe. Back to George. And he gets it to go. He's got 8.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Rose with the ball. He has 6. Here's Vucevic. 6 on the shot clock. Plumlee, the pass to Levine. Shoots the 3. And the Bulls get it back. Over in the corner, Rose. Tries again. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity, went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
And the first one drops.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, an understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
So he gets them both. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
That's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with. And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Shooting 2, shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injuries.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for him here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
And the rejection by Leonard. Now here's Jackson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Throw good, Paul George.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season, led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
He hits the second from the line. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Here's Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Pass to Levine. Kicks it to Vucevic. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Vucevic has got 20 points.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Vucevic. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Jackson kicks to George. Feeds it to Jordan. Down low. Here's Batum. Leonard dishes to Batum. And the pass to Jackson. Jordan the screen. The drive by Jackson. Leonard a good look. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. For Chicago, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Rose kicks to Plumlee. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Levine. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Levine's got 9 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Rose against Jackson. And Jordan sends it back. And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson's got the ball. That's good. And that's now 10 points for Nicholas Batum.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Chicago making some changes. Gerald Green comes in for Kirk Heinrich. And it's Baller in for Rose. And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clark, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
LA has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. On the wing, George. He's guarded by Plumlee. George passes to Leonard. He dishes it to Jordan. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
His free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or to become alarmed about it.
Leonard with the steal. It's Jackson with the drive. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Levine. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Jordan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Jordan. 14 rebounds and 4 block shots. He's piling up the rejections to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long.
And the first one at the line is good. Aaron Brooks is checked in for the Bulls. And the Clippers making a change here as well. J.R. Smith's checked in for George. He's off on the second. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Passes it to Vucevic. Let's go. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Green against Batum. The drive by Green, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, boy. Woo-hoo. Sweet move. Tough finish. What a play.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
And the Clippers making a change here. Bargnani's checked in. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Smith. And it's 8 points for Reggie Jackson.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Pass to Vucevic. 6 on the shot clock. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Vucevic has got 24 points.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, then immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
Leonard. Chicago grabs the miss.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
The tray. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history.
Vucevic to the pass, the ball. Green, the screen. Three-pointer. The Bulls keep it alive. Can't connect from short range.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Back to Smith. Bargnani sets the screen for Smith. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Not really necessary with nobody on you. I mean, why put yourself off balance on that shot when you're wide open?
Back to Green. Jacks up a three. That drops. Green's got 12 in the game.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And Batum kicks to Smith. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his third assist on the night. Chicago's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Ball. And the Bulls another three.
Pretty looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
I tell you what, Clark, you got to be feeling pretty good to put it up from out there.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Clippers ahead, just dominating this one. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
Every dime is a flake.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And Los Angeles guys shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Taking a look at Los Angeles. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Outside Rose. Over in the corner, Green. Again, Chicago.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Green's gone 5 of 9 shooting from the floor. Bledsoe dishes to Ibaka. Jordan sets the pick for Ibaka. Vucevic with the block. And they'll keep possession. And Leonard gets it to go.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. The shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that will be the fourth of the string of 5 played on the road. Bledsoe right side. Second chance shot. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 8 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Green against Leonard. Wide open. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Ibaka with the screen on Green. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And that was a strong pick. Ammonia strong by Ibaka.
For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Rose kicks to Green. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Bairstow, he's checked in for Vucevic. Doug McDermott comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Levine. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer. Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Outside Rose. They set the pick. Back to Green. Shot clock at 5. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Bledsoe kicks to George. Ibaka outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 18 points for Serge Ibaka.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Now Rose.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
Some heavy accusations about artificial noise being pumped in last year. We've seen the issue in the NFL, talked about now in the NBA. Seeing it in other sports, there's a case that maybe the NBA's got to deal with this.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I know some stadiums, it might feel like there is extra noise being pumped in. And listen, there are a lot of fan bases that we have are just flat out loud. I mean, it can be electric. But having said that, I don't think we want to have the artificial noise being pumped in. I think it does the game a disservice.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green, the pass to Bearstein. And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. Dishes it to Aldridge. Back to Bledsoe. Offensive rebound. Fires the 3. That's good. Bledsoe's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Rose kicks to Heinrich. The feed to Bairstow. Puts one up from 19. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over him.
Here's Rose. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. And 11 points for Derrick Rose.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. And Ibaka slams it in.
One of the big stories is second chance points. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
And here's Rose. On the wing, Green. Back to Rose. There's the dish to Green. Off the pick. The rebound by Ibaka.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Green dishes to McDermott. Back to Green. Heinrich outside. Now here's McDermott, guarded by Bledsoe, and there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Heinrich. Heinrich's got his 6th assist on the night. Rose against Bledsoe. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here, and George with the stuff.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, caught angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
There's a good screen. Green against George. Here's McDermott. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to go on Cole Aldridge.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
The free throw drops for McDermott. And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end. Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Ball guarded by Bledsoe. Here's Bairstow. Here's Heinrich. They shoot again, and Aldridge sends it back. Los Angeles has gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. There's the pick. Bledsoe outside. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Bledsoe's got 10 points here in the second half. And for the international rules of goaltending, players are allowed to touch the ball after it hits the iron, even if it is over the cylinder.
I'm not sure if the NBA is going to adapt that rule, but I think it wouldn't be a big deal to adapt it because there aren't a lot of times that play happens in the game. I think it would be a small percentage of those plays over the course of a season.
In the corner, Smith with it. Bledsoe outside. They set the pick. Back to Smith. All sorts of time. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stolen by Bledsoe. Randy Foye is on the way. He feeds it to Smith. Bledsoe outside. Here's Bargnani. Nails the 16-footer.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Heinrich inside the three-point line. Bargnani grabs the board. Bargnani's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smith with the basket on the assist by Bledsoe. That's 7 points for J.R. Smith.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Heinrich outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Some changes for Chicago. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Green. And it's Brooks in for Baller. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Brooks. He kicks it to McDermott.
And guys, every season there seems to be a player who is at the end of their contract. They'll have talent and they'll be traded to a team looking for an extra piece. It's the ultimate risk-reward move, if you will, in the NBA.
There's the pick. Foye with it. J.R. Smith on the wing. Outside, Batum. Clock at 4. No problems knocking that one down.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Finding the gaps in the defense and really just slicing and dicing them right now.
Inside. Puts up the baby hook. Heinrich from outside, and the Bulls another three.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Now, here is Foy. Brooks covering. Bargnani sets the screen for Batum. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Batum's got 4 this quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Foy, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
They set the pick. Brooks outside. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Leonard. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Brooks kicks to McDermott. Now Dunleavy. Offline with his 3. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. Bargnani passes to Smith. Picked by Bargnani. Smith dishes to Bargnani. Puts it up from 12. Chicago grabs the miss. Kicks it to Bairstow. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Pass to McDermott. Brooks up on top, covered by Smith. Fires from deep. Bargnani grabs the board.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark, Craig, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard. He's racked up a double-double with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. A terrific effort on both sides of the floor.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he's been playing recently, and this was huge for him to come out and have a great night. You can really tell a lot about a player, how they break out of a slump. He responded exactly the way he needed to.
There's no question about it. As far as small forwards go, Kawhi Leonard is right up there with the best of them. You know if you leave him open, he's going to knock it down every look he gets. but what makes him elite is his stifling brand of D.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.